Where did I leave off? Yes. Leaving Raton and going to Red River through the storms. If you are riding in New Mexico in late July, you will get used to dancing between the storms. This screenshot is from Charmer area, but it really pretty much looked like this the whole time. And then I got the news of the landslide, as I noticed at a fuel stop that there were no cars coming down on Route 38. I examined maps, both paper and via my phone, trying to find a way around, but there wasn't, at least not a short route. At this point, I had made a new plan. Disappointed, I walked back to the bike, and then I looked up, and I saw a car that was coming down Route 38. The road was open. They opened one lane by this time, and when I got there, they didn't want you obviously stopping to take pictures, so I found this one online, and it's pretty close to what I saw, but add a big boulder that also needed to be removed. The road is twisty, and as I come around the corner, I see what seems like bubbles. They're huge. They are drops of rain. They're almost floating. I stopped and tried to capture it. This is not dirt on my lens. These are the raindrops falling. I see the sun, so I turn around, and I'm blessed, not with one rainbow, but with a double rainbow. I want to stay there, in that moment, forever. But I know I need to get moving. So I get riding again, only to be stopped by another wonder. Sheer rocks that push to the sky, dwarfing everything around them. Even the towering trees seem small. And I sat in wonder. I didn't even take a picture for a long time, because no picture could capture the grandness of this. This could not be confined in a camera frame. Finally, after a long day, and as dusk is approaching, I arrive in Red River. Little side note, I didn't make reservations for this trip. I found places as I arrived, or, well, maybe they found me. I ride all the way through town before I find what I'm looking for. Elephant Rock Campground, and it's on the Red River. The sun is setting quickly, so I work fast to set up camp first. And then I'm heading back into town. I need water, food, and firewood. Fun fact, this campground didn't have running water. The bathrooms were vault bathrooms, therefore no water. The busy town, well, now it's 5 minutes after 9, and it was closed up. Solid. Even the gas stations were closed. And then I see this, a beacon, a refuge. All right, so I don't get a fire, but I have a beer and water and food. No, not their salad. Although the salads do look great. I want solid comfort food. Between the ghost towns and almost running out of gas and the mudslide, this is what I needed. Oh, and that fire I wanted? Look again at this pic. See the arrow? This is a fire pit. Dog not included. So here, not at a table, is where I had my meal. I got my fire. I sleep well, and I wake in the morning to the sun slowly casting a glow on my tent. I stretch, and I get up. And then I walk around and take in my campsite and realize it's pretty cool with the berries. And then I kind of acknowledge that I don't feel great. I'm dizzy and I have a little bit of a headache. I know this feeling. I look up the altitude and, yep, I'm experiencing altitude issues. I feel awful. And in that moment, I decide I'm scrapping the long ride I had planned to Taos. I'm going to find a direct route, and I'm getting a room. But first, I take migraine meds, and I go back to sleep. I wake up later with a whole new attitude. Bike to life? It's okay to go back to bed. And don't make decisions when you're not in your right mind. I didn't have a hydration pack when I went into town because I thought I was going to be buying bottled water. So I had to improvise, and I got 2 coffee cups from the restaurant, and we packed them full of ice. The ice melted overnight, and I used this to make coffee. With a clear head and an afterthought, I do realize I probably could have just taken water from the river. As I'm sitting waiting for my water to boil, I ponder the stains on the table. And then I see the droplets. I think, is this syrup from the previous camper? But then why would it still be wet? Then I grab a tissue because I'm starting to think I know what this is. Yeah, I know exactly what it is. I blot the tissue down, and yes, it is blood. Blood! Like any good student of horror flicks, I immediately look up. Nobody in the trees, dead or alive, about to fall on me. And then I go to the tent because I sleep with a small knife by my head. Nope, no blood in there either. Blood, I say again to myself, and I say it more than once. I think of several scenarios, including the little animal tracks that I find running across my motorcycle seat. And again, I say to myself, this is blood. But then I decide I've got to let it go. Bike to life? Well, the truth is, you don't always need to solve everything. Sometimes the good stories are when it remains a mystery. I remember the reason I came here, to have coffee by the river. I sit by the river and I close my eyes and meditate. And then I remember the blood again, and I quickly open my eyes and I look around. Still safe. And then I think, well, maybe I'll leave my eyes open. I study the greens and the water. The water is both a force and nurturing. It feeds the earth. It will bring down a tree that will have a new purpose now. It smooths the edges off of rocks, and it brings new growth to the banks. I take down the tent and load the bike, and now that I'm feeling better, I decide to stop at a retro place for breakfast. Nothing, in my opinion, beats New Mexican. Of course, I'm still dodging storms, and there still aren't a lot of gas stations. Just so that you know, I do carry extra fuel. It's just kind of a pain to get to, and the spout was broken. But this time I have no choice, and I have to use my Rotopacks. And of course, 3 miles later, I find a gas station that wasn't showing on any GPS or phone maps. I arrive in Taos. I treat myself in a big way to a small room. Here, I listen to open mic night playing below, and I start my plans for tomorrow's ride. I hope you join me next week on my trip down to Chaco National Park. If you liked the video, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if you want to, share it and leave me a comment. Love to hear from you.